So give him the details to the chap, roughly when he died.
What was the address?
12 St Ignatius Avenue.
Frank?
Yeah.
24 and a half. That's in St Paul's.
Basically, I'm here by the grace of Spanish sea urchins.
Crossroads there. And what you need to do then is turn down to your right.
What happens is the poison is extracted from them.
A, B, C, D. Keep going up till you get to T.
And made up into a form of chemotherapy for me, which they give me every 3 weeks. At the moment it's working, it's giving me continued life. So I have the treatment every 3 weeks. Unfortunately, for about a week to 10 days of that, I feel very, very sick with it, and tired and very irritable. And it's that part of me that I really don't like at all. Is you know, in terms of what it does to me and what it changes within me. It turns me from being a reasonable, mild-mannered man into a quite frankly, a horrible person sometimes, so I turn into a bit of a monster. It's very hard for my wife and my son to see a person that they know and love turn into someone else. It's not a different person, it's still me, you know, except for the fact that the thing that what I'd call the veil of humanity that keeps us, all these energies repressed, suddenly are in very short supply. So I find it very difficult to contain them.
So Q, R, S and T. So somewhere here.
Tom was in the GPO, and I understand he was there for 4 or 5 days as a medical orderly. I think that they thought initially it would be over very quickly, that they would seize power and make their point and march out pretty damn quick. What actually happened was that it turned into a siege over there, and they were over there for quite a bit longer. Now, the medical supplies ran out, so there was nothing more that Tom could do, and they were surrounded. And as I understand it, Tom got out using the tunnel. Now, quite where the tunnel comes up over here, I don't know. But the tunnel is definitely down below the barber shop, and it heads a couple of directions. One way towards the cathedral, and another way out onto O'Connor Street. My family used to run the barber shop on Cathedral Street. It's just across the road from the post office. The actual shop's not there anymore, but back then I think it was a clandestine meeting place for Republican sympathisers. You know you're supposed to be giving me a shave. My mother saw the tunnels, but she never fully explored them. The reason why she didn't explore them was because she was a bit frightened of them, because they're completely dark. And so she relied on family history that told her that they were there, they were used, who used them, and how Tom used them to make good his escape.
My grandfather, Peter Doyle, my mum's dad, he was involved in the GPO in 1916. This man here, he gave this photograph of all the old IRA people. They were all involved, well, I don't know about the women now, but they were all involved in the GPO 1916.
Everyone I'm meeting in Dublin seems to know someone who was part of the action back then in 1916.
But the grandfather's probably a rebel, I say, you know. This guy here, Peter, isn't it?
Okay. He's ready for you.
Maybe there's something about barbers and 1916.
They could be related.
Could be. The
barbershop has quite a lot of meaning because it was then the family business, and not only gave him sort of sanctuary during the rising, but when Tom could no longer continue his training as a doctor, he switched to becoming a hairdresser. So the hairdressing shop also became his career. His career. He can no longer continue as a medical student because he'd gone on the run, and to go back and do that would have meant giving himself up, and he wasn't prepared to do that. He lost his career, not just his career, he lost his house and his wife. But looking back in a very narrow focus on my life, you can draw a parallel that I've had to give up, although I haven't given up on life, or family or anything like that. I've had to give up work, and sometimes I do ask myself whether I should have continued on.